Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's it going? How's everyone doing tonight? It's Saturday night, and welcome to episode number 813. 813 of these so far. Well, this is the 813th episode of Walking with Purpose live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here at Bear Island in beautiful, gorgeous, amazing Redwood City. It's 69 degrees right now. Pretty damn close to the perfect 70 weather. And like I said, I'm out and about on another walk with purpose. I'm out here late again today because I've been working around the house. So I'm only going to do 3 miles instead of the normal 3.5. Sun's going to start to go down, so we got to get a move on things. But hey, there's still plenty of time to talk. And I have lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. Because today's topic is, do you struggle to keep things positive? Here's what to do. If you are struggling, you can turn it around. Do you struggle keeping it positive? Or keeping things positive? Do you struggle keeping things positive? If so, today I'm going to talk about what you can do to turn that around. With some good old-fashioned inspiration and motivation. Before we get to that, and while we wait for some more people to pop on in, today's been a wonderful, wonderful day. It's been a fantastic day. Dawn had her conference call with the ladies in the GNA, Women's Mastery Empowerment Group. And it was all good. She was telling me about it. It went pretty well. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to interview the ladies at some point soon. I didn't know which way that dude was running. I thought he was going to run off to the left. So I was moving to the right, and he kept on coming fast on the right. I don't understand. I think it's because people immigrate here from other countries where they drive on the right and pass on the... they drive on the left and pass on the right. Here in America, we drive on the right and pass on the left, right? And I think that's what can cause a lot of confusion and injuries on trails like these, or even accidents on the road. Anyway, so yeah, the ladies had their meeting today, and it went quite well. And we're looking to always add new ladies into the group with Dawn and Tia and Santa Palacio and Queen Helen Casey and Donna. So if you're interested in connecting at a more deeper and personal level behind the scenes and getting to know us, and as we get to know, like, and trust each other, We'll open up more things to you through the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. We are looking for people that are positive, uplifting, preferably outgoing, energetic, and just want to help us help other people better their lives personally and professionally. That's what we do. And I've been on this mission to help people since 2011, when I founded the GNA originally. And a few years before that is when I made the transition of becoming a self-employed entrepreneur, where I left the corporate world. I left my W-2 jobs, and I never looked back. We can also help you make that transition as well. And I'll tell you, we have learned a lot more along the way. I'll tell you, there's so much I've learned in the last few years, but all my life I've learned that as an entrepreneur, it's a constant learning experience, even if you're very experienced at it like I am. Because there's not an entrepreneur on the planet that knows everything. I found out some things last year that I wasn't aware of for many various reasons. They were honest reasons, but I'm not going to get into that. But I now know those things. So we have a lot of knowledge, experience, and energy to help you start your journey on accomplishing whatever it is your heart desires, personally and professionally. If you're struggling to find true love and happiness, and you want a real honest assessment on why you're not finding true love, we can help you. I can personally help you. And initially, you might not like what I have to say. But typically it's the things that people don't want to hear that need to be changed that is affecting your success in the dating world and even in the business world. That's what we do. So, one more thing before we get to it. We're still waiting for some people to pop on in. If this is your first time here, or the first time you and I are meeting, please allow me to introduce myself to you. My name is Elias Melas, but you can call me Eli for short. And I am the president and founder of the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. What we primarily do is help people become better people. We help people improve their lives personally and professionally through motivation, inspiration, uplifting you, sharing our resources with you, sharing our experiences with you, what's worked and what hasn't worked, right? We do it through personal development and self-improvement topics with examples, like I said. The best way to help other people is through mistakes that you've made. That's the best way for me to help people, is to share the mistakes I've made, the tons of mistakes I've made and still make to this day. Of course, I make fewer mistakes now than I used to, far fewer, but I still make mistakes. But I used to make a ton more mistakes. I firmly believe that the more mistakes people make, the more they end up learning in the long run. And although it may seem that the people that are making constant mistakes, it may seem like they're never going to learn, that's definitely not the case. They will eventually learn and figure things out and become better. And when they do, they will have made so many mistakes that it's going to help them become the best version of themselves they can be, or they were destined to be. You know, it's really cool. I wanted to mention this. The other day I posted that, I got this new on-air neon sign. So that way my girlfriend Dawn knows when I'm live in the studio room. So in case she's taking a nap and doesn't know that I'm live on the air or didn't hear me tell her before she took a nap, then she'll know. But now, I was talking with her today. I said, babe, how about I just turn it on when I'm on a walk, so that way, in case you nap or something like that, then you can just see, hey, I'm on the air, on the trail or on a walk. And that on-air sign, believe it or not, was like a Prime special. It was like half off. It was only $12.99. Not bad. I saw that and I'm like, there were some more expensive ones, but they didn't even look as nice as this one. That's, those are the good deals you get when you buy on Amazon and everything's made in China. Because like those signs, like years ago, would be like $100 or more. Now you go to Amazon and you get it straight from China, right? Well, Amazon gets them straight from China, and they probably buy them from China for like, $4 or $5 or even less, and they sell it for $12.99 and make a killing. And we still get a hell of a deal. $12.99, not bad. Now the regular price was like $24.99, like $25. I don't know if the sale is still on, but yeah, that was a hell of a deal. Give me a second. So if you struggle with keeping it positive, the very first thing I want you to do is, wherever you're at, if you're just waking up, sit there in your bed for another 5 to 10 minutes. Or if you're on your couch watching TV, mute your TV or pause your show for 5 or 10 minutes. If you're driving, you'll typically have your music on. Mute your music or pause your music. Or turn off the radio for 5 to 10 minutes. And I want you to ask yourself this. Why am I in such a negative and grouchy mood? Why am I feeling so negative? What is weighing me down and bringing me down to feel this way? Okay? You have to ask yourself that and be serious about it and think about it. Try to figure out what is making you feel shitty to the point of where you can't maintain a positive attitude, right? Now, we all go through things. We all go through things where, hey, we may struggle financially at times, right? We may lose someone important in our lives. They might break up with us, or they might pass away, or whatever, right? You need to learn to identify what's weighing you down and tell yourself, I will not allow myself to be weighed down by this nonsense, by this garbage. I will not allow anyone or anything to shift my positive mindset or positive attitude. Yeah, like I was saying a second ago, we all struggle at times, and we go through things that are going to test our strength emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even physically, right? But also ask yourself this. No matter what happens to you, no matter what you're dealing with that could be affecting you from maintaining the positive attitude, what is responding to that situation negatively going to do? Is it going to make your struggling situation any better by just spewing out negativity? Just because you're going through something and you're allowing it to bring you down doesn't mean you need to bring down everyone else around you. So that way you can feel better. The best thing to do is to grab it by the horns and say, hey, I'm struggling a little bit right now. This sucks. But you know what? I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to let it bring me down. I'm not going to let it affect my family, my friends. I'm not going to change my attitude, because here's the thing. Your attitude being negative is not going to help you overcome the issue or issues that you're struggling with. When you keep it positive, you can think more clearly, and also more people want to be around you to help you turn things around. And there are many different ways people can help you turn things around. Some of them might donate to you. If you're on YouTube, they might donate to you. Others may give you emotional support and might just be someone to talk things out with, right? All of those things help you snap out of whatever you're going through and overcome whatever things you're going through that aren't going your way. Financially, maybe relationship wise, right? And other things. Give me a second here. Another thing you can do if you're in a negative state of mind because you're going through something, whatever it may be, is come out and take a walk like I do. You have no idea the difference these walks make for my mental sanity, right? They kick in the endorphins, the feel-good hormone, and they just make me feel alive and happy. They recharge me, or these walks recharge me. Is that you, Tia? Hey, Tia, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. You never know what people are going through. I have realized it is not worth be a bitch because I'm in a bad mood. That's a great way to put it, Tia. That's a wonderful way to put it. I appreciate your honesty there. I greatly appreciate that. It takes a real human being, a real person, a real good person to admit that. Thank you. Yeah, I've talked about this for years, Tia, and it's basically called projecting your insecurities onto others. That's the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do is project your insecurities or your own misery onto others, right? The best thing to do is to own it and say, hey, I've got some issues I'm dealing with, and I need help. And never be ashamed to ask for help. And that's another topic I should do. I just came up with another topic. Never be ashamed to ask for help. I used to be so ashamed to ask for help in my younger days, Tia, and everyone else that's here. And to a certain extent, I still don't really like to ask for help currently, right now. But I've learned to more so be open to it because I've also learned that, people need people. We need each other. You cannot be successful on your own. We all need each other. And we all need to learn how to get along and how to be kind, caring, loving, and considerate to everyone. And we should all be open and willing to help as many people as possible in any way possible. Now, I'm not saying go and donate your life savings to everyone. You have to have enough money to survive on your own. But when you encounter people that are struggling and you have something you can help them with, it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but maybe a few nice words, some wisdom. Maybe you can offer them, hey, if you need someone to talk to a few hours a week by phone, I can help you with that. Tia says, definitely not. I am going to grief counseling. I was so stubborn about it at first. And you have no problem putting that out publicly either. God bless you, Tia. God bless you. God bless you. The sun is hanging on by a thread, Tia, or anyone else. Tia with the thumbs up. Yeah, you know, Tia, what I would do, here's my advice to you, because both Don and I are with Anthem Blue Cross. And we can go into our Anthem Blue Cross portal, and there are lots of services. You can even get a therapist through your insurance and pay a small copay every month, like $15 a month. Now Dawn doesn't pay any copay because she's used her insurance so much the first couple of years that she's been with me that we've hit that $3,000 max out of pocket. It's another reason why it's been a little bit of a struggle. You know, we had to fork all that out, but at least now, till the end of the year for Dawn, there aren't any more copays. All of her medication and appointments are completely free. So yeah, go log into your insurance, your health insurance website, and if you want to even find like a psychiatrist, well not a psychiatrist, but a therapist, you want to go for a therapist first, and then they might recommend you to see a psychiatrist like they did for Dawn, because a therapist can't prescribe you medication, but a psychiatrist can. So it's two different levels of psychology. So if you need like anxiety and depression pills, like, you know, like medication like Dawn takes at times, it's as needed. It's not regularly taken, it's just as needed. That's, you know, my advice to you. And I used to sell all insurance. I have a property and casualty and life and health license. I just haven't sold, you know, life and health in ages. And it's been, gosh, almost 4 years since I sold property and casualty, auto, home, commercial insurance, renter's insurance, condo insurance, etc. I have VA insurance. I don't know what they cover. I also have Blue Cross. If you're with the VA, that's going to be your best thing, because typically the VA covers pretty much close to 100%. I don't think you have a whole lot of out of pocket with the VA. I think it might be 100% covered. But here's the thing with the VA. With the VA, I believe, because I used to date someone that's a veteran. And, you know, she had great VA medical benefits. But you have to go, I believe, to see a VA doctor at a VA site. And they aren't everywhere. But if you have Anthem, if you have Blue Cross, log in there. And that's up to you. I'm just saying, if you've got the insurance, why not use it? You know, your copays will be around like $15 typically per 1 hour session. And then you're gonna have you're more than likely gonna have like an out-of-pocket maximum on your plan. But anyway, give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, We are back live. We are back live. Thank you, Tia. Messages that are held for review, I can't see them on my end. For some reason, channel owners on mobile can't see messages held for review. So thank you for taking care of that. You know, when you're truly happy and you're truly content, nothing's really going to bother you. Yep, says Tia. Thank you, Tia. I used to struggle keeping things positive, especially, out here on YouTube. It's not easy to keep things positive out here on YouTube because there are always people that are trying to jerk your chain a little bit, right? Or more than a little bit, right? And they're trying so hard to get a reaction from you so that way they can have 2 more weeks of content talking about you, saying, oh, Eli fell for it, or oh, Eli doesn't know what's coming, or Eli this, Eli that, whatever, I used to let stuff like that bother me, right? Even in the real world, I used to let the smallest thing bother me, right? And I've gotten to the point of where nothing really bothers me that much anymore. And what's interesting, Tia, that you're here, I'll address you, but anyone else, this goes for everyone. I just mentioned Tia because she's here, and I appreciate that, Tia. All these experiences that I had out here on YouTube, all the negative experiences made me a lot stronger. All it did was make me a lot stronger and make me immune to dumb shit. To the point of where nothing really phases me at all anymore, right? It's like I've been there, done that, so what, right? Back in grammar school, we used to say, so what, big butt? That's what we would say, so what, big butt? I'd be like, I don't know, big butt. Yeah, you do. And then I'd say, no, I don't. Then they'd be like, yeah, you do. And until you realized it's not the fact that you don't have a big butt, it's the fact that they're basically going to keep jerking your chain as long as you keep responding, right? People are going to keep jerking your chain as long as you keep responding. And here's the thing. Sometimes the stuff that happens on YouTube is so comical, right? It's so comical and you want to just laugh at certain people, right? But even that doesn't faze me anymore. It's like all this dumb, childish shit has become really boring. It's like, what's the best way to put it? The best way to put it, it's like just has no bearing on me. No effect at all. I've got some stuff coming from Amazon tonight. I've got a couple of tables for behind my sofa coming. I was mentioning yesterday that, I've been decluttering a lot of stuff. Don and I have been decluttering a lot of stuff. And, there's like a 14-inch space between the back of my couch and the wall and the windowsill. And I used to use that to store like boxes and stuff, but it got cluttered and stuff. And it's like, now that I'm living with Dawn, I'm trying to, listen, I still have, I don't even really need a man cave. I guess if I even have a man cave, it's my studio office that I do the in-studio streams, but I don't even care about having a man cave. But, now that I'm living with a woman, I've been living with her for a year and a half, I just want to beautify everything as much as possible. And there's nothing wrong. That doesn't make me any less manly to want to keep things clean and organized, right? So, I broke down a lot of cardboard, threw out a lot of boxes that I probably will never need. The other ones I put in storage boxes, like banker's boxes. And then I moved a lot of stuff into the garage where there's a lot more space. So it's, yeah, it's been a lot of work, but well worth it. Tia says, it doesn't affect me either. I want to day people can hoe at you and criticize, but you were one of the few that really helped and was understanding about the BS that happened recently. Thanks for that. I'm not sure what she meant. I think it says people can HO at you and criticize you. Okay. I think what you're saying is you're appreciative that I went to bat for you regarding a woman by the name of... Oh, they wanted to go at you. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tia. Yeah, you're talking about Patty. And again, I have no problem. We could talk about whatever, right? I mean, Tia, here's the thing. I honestly, genuinely think you're a good human being. Money or not. And I think you know that I'm saying that beyond the money you've donated in the past. Even if you never donated a penny, you're a good person. There are people that can't afford to donate at all that are good people, like Lewis Fuller and Dion and Alex the Beer Master and Queen Helen Casey and even Sandra. The fact that you're a good human being and you have the best intentions for others, right, makes it real easy for me to want to help you or anyone like you, right? I've always believed in right is right and wrong is wrong, right? I will stand up for anyone that is right, even if they're my worst enemy. Sometimes your worst enemies can do something or be accused of doing something they didn't do, and I'd still stand up for them in that situation. Now, most people would say, hey, they're your worst enemy. Why even help them when they deserve help? Because that's the kind of guy I am. I don't hold grudges. I don't hold grudges. I don't hold on to resentment. And have a forgiving heart and forgiving nature. My girlfriend Dawn's the same way. It does come at a price, though, because people will take advantage of you. But listen, neither Dawn or myself, neither Dawn or I are going to change who we are at a core. But over here at the GNA, the January Networking Association, we will always stand up for what's right to you. And here's the thing. We know what's right, and we're reasonable because our content is not instigated content, right? We create real content, so it's real easy for us to help anyone and support anyone that's being abused or is a victim of something gone bad, just like what happened between you and this woman named Patty that used to be a part of our group here too. And here's the thing, I'm sure you see it. I don't really pay that much attention to these people, Tia, and I know you don't either, but I have been looking to see what you're doing, Patty, because I care about Tia. The only reason why I'm looking is because I'm going to continue supporting Tia and continue defending Tia until you shut your mouth, Patty. Eventually, you'll probably get tired and shut your mouth because I don't really think Tia's the kind of person that wants to go legal on you or file restraining orders and stuff like that. And neither am I. But here's the thing, Patty. I will not hesitate to help Tia for free in any way to stop your nonsense. I'll do the paperwork for Patty. I'm sorry, not for Patty, for Tia. I'll do the paperwork for you, Tia, free of charge. If you ever need it. That's how much respect I have for you. Now, I don't think it's going to go there. But yes, that option is there. You keep running your mouth, Patty. You keep talking nonsense on YouTube, and I keep screen shooting everything. I keep taking screenshots. Probably never going to use them, Patty. But you never know, just in case. It's nice to have things in the archive if you ever do need them, right? Trust me, I got huge archives, Patty. I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive on my laptop. I've got a 3 terabyte, 5 terabyte, 8 terabyte, 10 terabyte, and now a 16 terabyte hard drive. I've got over 50 terabytes of screenshots, videos, mine, others. Over the last 6.5 years, trust me, if there's something anybody wants from anywhere I participated in, I've got it. I got everything. I'm only saying that because I just hope you work through whatever you need to work through and just move on. And not allow other people to force you to behave a certain way towards myself or someone that supports myself. Or they'll exile you from their community. Right? Being exiled, Patty, if you don't conform to attacking myself or Tia, I'm not feeding into shit. I'm just saying, hey, look, this is how Tia needs help. I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna stand up for her for as long as it takes. Patty is so needy, it is shocking. I think she's mentally ill, Tia. And I say that respectfully. I think she's mentally ill. I think she needs therapy. You know, you want to criticize my woman, Patty. She's got a therapist and psychiatrist. At least she's doing something about her issues. What are you doing about your issues, Patty? You're coming out here on YouTube, hanging around with the lowest of the low-life, trashy, degenerate scumbags and supporting more hate. And you call yourself a God-loving woman? Oh, hell no, you're not a God-loving woman with that attitude. You're not. You see, I'll tell you this, Patty. If you were willing to do a one-on-one show with myself, pre-recorded, on my channel, not live, pre-recorded, I'd like to talk with you. Let's talk things out. Or are you too chicken to face the man that you're attacking, and you're attacking his woman, and you're attacking Tia? Because if your words mean something, Patty, then come speak with the man directly. Let's have a respectful, mature conversation. On my channel, pre-recorded, not live. I'm not doing the live thing to where people can rebroadcast and do that. We could do it pre-recorded. Are you going to face it head on, Patty, or are you full of crap? Because now I'm calling you out. I'm saying, hey, look. I'm just saying, hey, look, hey, let's tackle our issues head on. Because that's one thing I'm big on here at the GNA, is if there's an issue, let's resolve it like grown-ass adults. Are you capable of doing that? No, she is not, says Tia. Keep doing what you're doing. I have no issue doing what I feel I need to do. Well, thank you, Tia. I appreciate that. No one will do that with you. They are intimidated. Revelations, how you doing? Hello, everyone. How you like? What's happening? Hey, bro, what's going on, dude? Heading back before it gets dark. Long day today. Lots of work around the house, but very satisfying work. I feel accomplished today. Tia says, hey, Revelations. So Tia above also said, to repeat it one more time, no one will do that with you. They are intimidated. Of course they won't. But here's the thing, Tia. I will not do an interview with certain people. And those people know who they are. But what I will do is interview certain people that I know are just patsies and they don't even realize it. Patty, you're a patsy. And I'm not talking like Patsy Cline. You're an actual patsy of these people. That's really pathetic. So if you want to have a conversation, hey, I'll even bring Tia on if she wants. Patty, you, Tia, and I can have a pre-recorded conversation on StreamYard. I'll record it, and then we'll upload that recorded copy to the main channel and run as a premiere. If you're the big girl on campus, Patty, then let's do it. Go ahead and get your big girl panties on, your diapers on, and let's do it. if you're afraid of shitting in your pants, put the diapers on and let's do it. We got a lot of mentally ill people on this platform. And then we've got some very, very sociopathic content creators that exploit these mentally ill people for content. That's all you are, Patty. You're being exploited for content because you're mentally ill. And you're easily controlled and manipulated, yet you want to come at me and say I'm doing that to my woman. Donna and I are all good. And you just, want to spin things out of context like others, Patty, because it makes you feel better about your pathetic, miserable life. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can have a much happier life, Patty. It's up to you. Just sit down 5 or 10 minutes and have a conversation with yourself, like I said at the beginning of the show, and ask yourself, why am I really unhappy? Why am I behaving this way? Why am I projecting my insecurities and my misery onto these people on YouTube? Wow, I'm a grown-ass adult. Why am I doing that? You see, here's the funny thing, Patty. Whether you believe it or not, I'm helping you. The GNA here, the real GNA here, is helping you. Whether you like it or not, you might be upset hearing what I'm saying because it's the truth. The truth's going to upset you, but the truth will also set you free, Patty. Okay? The truth will upset you, but it will also set you free. Does that make sense to you? Hiya, says Revelations to Tia. Tia says her big issue is the way you treat your beautiful dog. She is twisted about that. She tried to push all the lies about you on me. Because of a shock collar? I can bet you $1 million, Patty, that our dogs are in way better health and way better shape than your animals. I bet you $1 million. Bochi and Buster, yes, when it comes to food and stuff, we buy the best stuff because we want to be healthy. That's within our budget. That's another reason why we're struggling. But hey, we got to at least eat right and healthy, right? And that costs money. We buy the dogs the best food. They get fresh water every single day. Fresh, filtered, clean water. The area we live has a great water station with a built-in filtration system, and we have our own too at the house. These dogs have a big backyard to run around in, and they do run around, and they also have a pretty large 2,000 square foot place to run around when they're inside. And their last vet visit was just under a month ago to get their rabies shots, and the vet there was saying they're looking good. They're healthy, they're the right weight level, they're not fat, they're not skinny, they're just right. They look good. And I'll tackle your issue with shock collars head on. We don't shock the dogs. We use the beep and we use the vibrate. We could use the shock if we wanted to, but we don't. And it's not a lethal shock. It's just a light zap. And we don't even use it on them. We use the beeping sound and we use the vibrate sound. And that works enough to train our dogs to not bark when it's not warranted. And you want to think that's animal cruelty. It's not animal cruelty. Animal cruelty is beating the crap out of your dogs and, really punching them and hurting them and cutting them and all that. We don't do that. The way you're coming off, ma'am, accusing other people of not taking care of their pets when you have no clue what's going on really makes me think that there's something missing. Like, there's some mental illness going on, and I say that respectfully. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm saying there's some mental illness you're struggling with, right? Hey, you're entitled to your opinions about shock collars. No problem. But this is the problem you have, Patty. You like those other people. Once you disagree with something, you get stuck on it, and then you like repeat it over and over and over and over again, right? It's like putting the same song on repeat and listening to it 100 times. It gets old. It's stale. You're like a song on repeat. You stated your opinion. We respectfully disagreed, and you haven't stopped. And because you didn't get your way, now you want to come at one of my best supporters. That supposedly was one of your friends. No, you were never friends with her. You're a fair weather friend. You're a fair weather friend that only cares about people when they suit your agenda. You got to let people be who they are. You can't sit there and control people. And if you're going to accuse me of being controlling, I'm not. What I do is called protect people from idiots like you. I'm not controlling. But if someone's about to be taken advantage of by someone that's taken advantage of me in the past, and I see that coming, I'm going to get in the way and stop you dead in your tracks before you hurt someone else in the same way you hurt me at one point. That's not controlling. That's protecting someone from your stupidity. I could sit here and give you a piece of my mind every day, make a show out of it. Just like people have done to me for the last 6.5 years. Patty, if you want me to talk about you every single day and make this the Patty Show, let's go. That's why I invite you on. If you're going to run your mouth in the comments section or on your community wall, then I'll tell you what, the more you keep doing that, the more I'm going to keep calling you out until you step up to the plate. And you're either going to step up to the plate and let's talk about this like two grown-ass mature adults, or you're going to be run off of YouTube. Not Tia. You're going to be the one that's going to be run off of YouTube. Mark my words. Tia's not going anywhere because she's got my support. She's got Don's support, Sandra's support. She's got Queen's support, Dion's support, Lewis Fuller's support, Alex the Beer Master's support, and many more good people that are reasonable people that would never hurt anyone. Just because you don't see a lot of people here on the streams doesn't mean we're not connected behind the scenes. We've got support. And these people are true supporters, not fair weather supporters like the people you hang around with that only support you when you're trashing myself, Tia, or Dawn. When are you going to figure that out, Patty? When are you going to figure that out? And I'm sorry, in the past I've confused Patty and Tia. Sometimes I've called Tia Patty, and I'm sorry about that, Tia. But I think you understand what I'm saying. That happens. Patty, dig deep within and try to amplify your happiness. That's what we're all about here at The Real GNA. No problem, says Tia. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think tonight I'm going to go to the Ben Frank's, what Don calls the dinosaur hot dog stand. Either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. I haven't eaten much today. All I had was a Tillamook low-fat raspberry Greek yogurt, 140 calories or so, something like that. That's all I've eaten today. And I've been working like a madman around the house, and I just I'm about to finish a 3 mile walk. I'm running on fumes. Tia, I'm running on fumes. Revelations, I'm running on fumes, but it's okay. I've run on fumes before. I'll make it. Give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. We are back live. One yogurt is all you had? Well, yeah. I know you ladies had your conference call earlier, and I was trying to help Dawn at the same time with a few things. And I had a lot of boxes to break down. After a while, those boxes, they get some cobwebs and dust, and I've got the Dyson with the multi-tools, the long tool, which is like a dust and cobweb remover, and it also, picks up stuff from the ground. My gosh, you must be starving. Yeah, I'm a little hungry, but I'm a trooper, Well, I will eat tonight. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna eat a cow tonight, a whole entire cow. Of course, that's figuratively speaking, Tia. I think if I ate a whole cow, it would explode. But you get what I'm saying. I am a little hungry, but these shows are important to me, and I got to get them done before it gets dark. And I'm just trying to balance out other things that need to be done too. I just ran a little bit later than I wanted. So, give me a second here. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous night. So yeah, Patty, if you want to talk, let's talk. You and I one-on-one on my channel. No one else's channel. Just my channel. No one else's. Pre-recorded, not live. No trolls, no nothing. Yes, we're going to control the interview. We're not going to control what you and I say, but we're going to control having your lunatic, mentally ill friends come in and troll us. So that's why we want to do it live. And I just don't trust you, Patty. I don't trust you, Patty. So I wouldn't do a live show with you. I'd be dumping that delay too often. We'll do it pre-recorded. So that's your choice. So your choices, Patty, are you got some issues with myself and Tia. You can tackle them head on with myself. If you want me to bring on Tia and Tia wants to come on, I can bring her too. It needs to be done pre-recorded. So you can either come and address your issues, or you can decline the pre-recorded interview and then just shut your mouth and move on. I don't mean to come off rude, but sometimes you just got to be straight up. Look, we're good people over here. We're about what's right. We're about the better good of humanity. You're hanging around with people that like to fuck with innocent people as their content. And they've got you suckered in and sucked in, and you're wasting so much time. You don't even realize it. It's pathetic. You agree with me, Tia? Listen, I'm not trying to feed into shit. I'm just saying the truth. She's sucked into this dumb stuff that's a waste of her time, and is going to further sink her into depression. Like, you're already depressed, Patty. You're just going to sink further and further and further into depression by hanging around the people you hang around with. You are who you associate with. You are. Absolutely, you are who you associate with. We're at 64 minutes, an hour and 4 minutes. I wouldn't have, but I see a different side. No, I understand, but does everything I say make sense honestly, or Do you think I'm out of line? I mean, be honest with me, because if I'm out of line, I want to know. I respect your opinions. I can just sit here for the next hour. I feel it makes sense now. Are you saying you feel it makes sense now because you're seeing Patty show her? Sorry, you're seeing Patty show you her true cards, where before you didn't see her cards. She wasn't showing her cards, but now she's showing her cards, and you don't like the hand she's playing. Neither do I. And I let her go. I'm like, whatever. I let it all go. But she wanted to reinsert herself. To be honest with you, I think that those pathetic, moronic creators that she supports put her up to this. And she does it like a guinea pig, doesn't get paid for it. But the creators that she supports, they put her up to this because it helps them get some views and traction and make some money, right? Yeah. And then and then you guys all delete your content because you're afraid of being taken down for copyright. Yeah, that's probably a good way to look at it. Maybe you're all finally learning, right? Thank you for visiting Bear Island. Look at this. It's a great phrase. The power of intention. Part of becoming successful, and I've talked to this before, is being intentional with what you do. So if you're going to be successful, you got to be intentional at what you do, and your intentions need to be good and pure. You can still see, like, over there, the sun is still going down behind the mountain. So we still have a little bit of light, but very little light. It's gonna be dark soon. Yes, I thought she was genuine. I never realized how easily she is swayed. Here's the thing, Tia. She may very well still be genuine. I wouldn't doubt that. But she's easily manipulated and controlled. And that's what happened. Patty will never admit it because, the people, the enemy side of things, they flipped her from over here back to over there because she initially came from there. Right? And I'm sure she's donating money to those creators, and whatever. The way you want to spend your money, Patty, that's on you, but just understand, we actually gave a shit about you when you were here, and these people don't give a shit about you. To them, you're not Patty, you're a patsy. Again, to them, you're not a Patty, you're a patsy. These people have passed. They all connect to that group. How can she support that? Well, she's choosing to do that. That's her choice. I don't care if they want to support that group or not. Just leave us alone. If you're not going to leave us alone, then that's fine. If you're not going to leave us alone, Patty, then we're gonna keep using you as examples, and we're gonna keep going. Here's the difference over here, Patty. We're not going to use any of your posting content or any other video content of other creators. We're just going to go live one-on-one, and we're gonna call it as we see it, right? And eventually you'll get tired of it. All right, we're at 70 minutes. I am really starved. I'm gonna, whew, gosh. Don and I have been watching this Dark Side of the 90s, I think is what it's called, on Hulu. There's also a Dark Side of the 2000s. The Dark Side of the 90s, I think it's like a 2-season series. Don and I have seen 3 episodes so far. We saw episode 3 of season 1 last night. Really good. So if you're looking for some good content, Hulu. And DirecTV, which is what we have. DirecTV's having a dispute with Disney, so we don't have our local ABC affiliate, ABC7, is blacked out. ESPN is blacked out, and any other channel owned by Disney has been blacked out for 6 days. ESPN is owned by Disney, and I believe the Niners are playing on Monday Night Football this Monday on ESPN. So, DirecTV, if you don't fix this shit, man, you're going to have me blacked out. And I don't think that game's going to be on any streaming service. It's just going to be on ESPN. Well, there's ESPN has their own streaming service, but it's not going to be included in any one of the streaming services we have. We would have to get the ESPN add-on. Disney is a real cheap motherfucker of a company, I swear to God. Disney has become so fucking greedy. Right? DirecTV is trying to diversify their packages because that's how things are going in the modern world with streaming. And Disney is trying to force DirecTV and other providers to ensure that 85% of their subscribers at a minimum have ESPN. So DirecTV is forced to include ESPN in pretty much every package. And that means they have to raise their rates. They want to lower the rates and give, customers more options. Disney wants to F you up the you-know-what. Well, we'll see what happens. I have a feeling that they're going to either end this by tomorrow or by Monday morning. They're going to have to. Thanks so much, Eli. You and Don have a good night as well as everyone else. Have a good one, Revelations. All right. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Revelations. And thank you to everyone else that's watching now, live, or watching on the replay. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.